The news hit global markets like a thunderclap. On September 12, 2025, Boeing, an icon of American industry, announced a total halt to all commercial aircraft production. The silence from its assembly lines in Everett and Renton was deafening, sending shockwaves far beyond the factory floors. Global stock exchanges tumbled. Airlines scrambled to revise their plans. For a century, Boeing symbolized American innovation and leadership. Now that legacy is in jeopardy. This isn't just a corporate failure, it's a national crisis with global implications. The shutdown marks a seismic shift in the geopolitical landscape. For decades, Boeing and Airbus dominated the skies. That era is over. The vacuum left by Boeing's shutdown is already being filled, especially by China. How did this happen? What does it mean for millions of Americans whose livelihoods depend on Boeing? Supply chain partners, from small Midwest shops to high-tech California firms, received stop work orders overnight. The shutdown is a direct blow to American manufacturing, raising tough questions about the resilience of our industrial base. Is this a one-off failure, or a symptom of a deeper decline in American industry? Allies who rely on Boeing for commercial and military aviation now face uncertainty. Competitors see an unprecedented opening. The story of Boeing's fall is about more than airplanes, it's about power, prestige, and the battle for technological supremacy. The stakes could not be higher, the world is watching, and the path forward is anything but clear. To grasp the gravity of this shutdown, you must understand what Boeing means to America. Boeing is not just a manufacturer, it's a cornerstone of the U.S. economy and the nation's largest exporter. Its planes, from the 747 to the 787 Dreamliner, are symbols of American engineering flown worldwide. Every sale brings billions back into the country, supporting the U.S. trade balance. Boeing employs over 140,000 people across all 50 states, engineers, technicians, software developers, and more. These high-skilled jobs support families and entire communities, especially in cities like Seattle and Charleston. The shutdown threatens this ecosystem, creating a ripple effect of economic hardship. Boeing is also a critical defense contractor, building fighter jets, transport planes, and refueling tankers for the U.S. military. Its commercial and defense operations are deeply intertwined. A weakened Boeing could compromise national security. The company invests billions in R&D, driving innovation in materials, aerodynamics, and sustainable fuels. This innovation spills over into other industries, fueling broader economic progress. The shutdown puts this engine of innovation at risk. Losing aerospace leadership to foreign competitors could be one of the most damaging long-term consequences. The full impact may not be felt for years, but the stakes are enormous. The numbers reveal Boeing's massive economic footprint. In a typical year, Boeing's impact on U.S. GDP exceeds $100 billion, including direct, indirect, and induced effects. For every Boeing job, 3 to 4 more are supported elsewhere in the economy. The shutdown could jeopardize over 500,000 American jobs, from miners to truck drivers. Boeing's supply chain includes more than 12,000 partners in every state. Many are small businesses for whom Boeing is the main customer. The sudden halt in orders is an existential threat to these firms. Small businesses make up over 60% of the aerospace supply chain. Their collapse would devastate local economies and hollow out America's industrial base. Boeing has been a top U.S. exporter, often surpassing automobiles and agriculture in export value. Losing these exports will worsen the U.S. trade deficit and remove a key engine of export strength. Boeing's R&D budget, often over $3 billion annually, has driven breakthroughs in materials, fuel efficiency, and digital systems. This spending supports university research and tech startups. Without it, the pipeline of future innovation dries up. The long-term cost is a loss of competitiveness, not just in aerospace, but in all high-tech fields that benefit from it. The shutdown is more than a business failure. It's a threat to America's economic future. The consequences will echo for years. As Boeing falters, China is moving aggressively to seize the moment. Aerospace is a top priority in China's Made in China 2025 strategy. The crisis at Boeing has accelerated China's ambitions. COMAC, China's state-owned aviation giant, is ramping up production of the C919 to fill the void left by Boeing. Chinese airlines are re-evaluating Boeing orders, signaling a shift to COMAC and Airbus. Massive state funding and a protected domestic market give COMAC a powerful advantage. China is also acquiring key aerospace technologies worldwide, aiming for vertical integration and global dominance. The Boeing crisis is China's opportunity to become a force across the entire aerospace ecosystem. The global aviation market is being redrawn in real time. For decades, Boeing and Airbus dominated. Now Comac's share is surging, almost entirely at Boeing's expense. Before the shutdown, Boeing had over 4,000 aircraft orders. Comac had just over 1,000, mostly from China. Now analysts predict Comac's order book could triple by 2030, while Boeing's shrinks. This is a rapid disruption, not a slow evolution. China is also pushing its own certification standards, challenging the dominance of Western regulators. The world is splitting into aviation blocks. North America and Europe may stick with Boeing and Airbus, but much of Asia, Africa, and the Belt and Road nations are turning to Comac. This fragmentation will reshape alliances and dependencies. The sky is becoming another arena for great power competition. The consequences will be geopolitical as much as economic. Boeing's collapse is sending shockwaves through American industry. Thousands of suppliers, many small businesses face bankruptcy, and with them, generations of specialized skills. The financial sector is rattled. Boeing stock was a staple of retirement funds, and its collapse has wiped out billions in value. Banks that lent to Boeing and its suppliers now face massive defaults, risking a broader credit crunch. The tech industry is also hit. Boeing was a major customer for software, cloud services, and AI-driven analytics. Its absence slows innovation and removes a key platform for American tech companies. Most alarming, the crisis sends a chilling message to U.S. manufacturing. If Boeing can fall, so can others. This could discourage investment and accelerate offshoring. The domino effect threatens to hollow out America's industrial base. The risk of deindustrialization is real. The foundation of America's economic strength is at stake. History offers sobering lessons. In the 1970s and 80s, Detroit's automakers lost their global lead to more innovative, efficient Japanese rivals. Factories closed, jobs vanished, and the Rust Belt was born. Boeing's crisis echoes this. A culture focused on short-term gains, slow innovation, and a determined foreign competitor ready to capitalize. The U.S. consumer electronics industry suffered a similar fate, outpaced by Japanese firms investing in new technologies. Once lost, leadership and jobs rarely return. The lesson: industrial dominance is never permanent. It must be earned through relentless innovation and investment. Decline often starts with complacency, masked by past success. The question now, will Boeing's fall be another chapter in this history or a wake-up call to rebuild? The answer will shape America's future. The Boeing shutdown is a direct challenge to America's identity as an industrial and technological leader. Boeing's grounding threatens hundreds of thousands of jobs and a huge slice of national economic output. China, through Comac, is moving fast to fill the void, armed with state support and a clear strategy. This is more than a commercial rivalry, it's a battle for technological supremacy and global influence. The collapse of Boeing's supply chain could hollow out a generation of manufacturing expertise. The crisis could ripple through financial markets and discourage investment in other U.S. industries. History shows industrial leadership is fragile and demands constant vigilance. The path we choose now, decline or renewal, will have consequences for generations. The stakes could not be higher. The fall of Boeing is a national emergency with cascading consequences. It threatens a vital sector of the economy, national security, and America's global standing. The immediate challenge: support workers and small businesses, and preserve critical skills before they vanish. Policymakers and industry leaders must act quickly to contain the damage and chart a new course. Long-term recovery demands reinvention, innovation, education, and a focus on long-term growth. Boeing's shutdown can be an epitaph for American industrial dominance or a catalyst for renewal. The choice is ours. We stand at a crossroads: decline or the painful but necessary work of rebuilding. Will we lead the world in making what matters or watch others take our place?